If you're an MA student in the Coursework Intensive track or one of the concentrations and you're nearing the semester in which you plan to graduate, you probably have questions about the final paper or project. So first, to find information about the graduate program from the new website homepage, you can click Academics and then go down to Graduate. The other place to look for important information is from the Students tab in the top right corner. So if you click here, then you can open Policies and Forms. And here you'll find a few menus with different forms that you might need. So for those of you in the Coursework Intensive track, there are final paper guidelines. The final paper for students in the Coursework Intensive track can be a paper that you have written in one of the many classes you've taken. And when you download the final paper guidelines, they walk you through the steps of having the paper approved. So you are not required to revise or edit the paper significantly, but you should complete the form and give the form and a copy of the paper back to the instructor in whose class you wrote the paper. That person will add a little information to the form, and then it will circulate through the department's curriculum committee before it's returned to you so that you can submit it to grad services. Students on the Coursework Intensive track and in the concentrations must upload their non-thesis projects. That's the official designation for these final papers and projects to graduate services by the date that's listed each semester on the graduate services webpage. For folks in the concentrations, things are pretty similar for the two concentrations, but a little bit different than the Coursework Intensive track because you'll want to make sure that your final paper integrates your experience in the concentration, either in nonprofit or in religion and aging, with the work you do in religious studies. And so it might be helpful for you to take religious studies 6, 7, 8, 9 to give yourself space, time, and structure to complete a final paper or project that integrates your experience in the concentration, your internship, and religious studies. The steps, though, are the same whether you write the paper in 6, 7, 8, 9 or use a paper that you write in another class. You need to get the paper approved by the faculty member in whose class you wrote it, but you also must have the paper approved by someone teaching in the concentration. So that's a really critical step. Someone in nonprofit or in gerontology needs also to read your paper and approve it. And then you'll bring it back to the department where it'll work through the same process as the Coursework Intensive track. If you have more questions about the degree programs, you can go to Enrollment Services webpage and look for catalogs and schedules. Click on the graduate catalog and then find here our program. It's number 3370. And you'll want to scroll down to find here's the Coursework Intensive option, and it describes the final paper here, and then the nonprofit management concentration, the program, a description of the final paper project. Same with religion and aging. If you have any questions about this, reach out to the Director of Graduate Studies.